Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm just up in the woods today to do a bit of camp cooking. I'm going to be cooking up a pea and ham soup in a billy can. It's part of a new little series that I'm doing. Those of you who've watched the channel for a while will remember a few weeks ago I was going to do a canoe cooking series, but it failed the health and safety audit, unfortunately. So I'm going to start to do some recipes using just a little billy can. But first, what I'm going to do is get a brew on. I just want to give you a quick look at this new coffee pot that I've been sent. I got sent this from a company called Bestargot. It's a lightweight titanium French press. I'll put the link below the video. I've used this quite a few times now. Me and Tris, we went up to Galloway during the week for a couple of nights wild camping, so I took this along. I mean, it's just a coffee press, but it's very lightweight, 220 grams, so it's light enough to, you know, to sling in your backpack. It's got a bail arm, your butterfly handles at the back there, and it does have a pour and spout at the front, and you've got some volume marks there. I'll just give you a quick look at the press itself. So the press is stainless steel, which does add a little bit of extra weight to the unit, but the lid itself is titanium. So yeah, what I'm going to do is get the Trangia out and we'll get a brew on. So I'm just going to be using this little stove I recently got from the bushcraft store. It's actually meant to complement their 750mm bush pot. Just slides in like that, and you can get some fuel underneath there and warm up water on this bit, but it also can be used as a little Trangia windbreak as well. So I've got my little Trangia stove here. Just going to pop that in there, get a bit more fuel in, and I've got one of these little stands here that just kind of clip together like that, and then they just slide on top of the, take it out, it'll be easier. And they just slide on top of the Trangia like that. So you can pop that in there, and you've got a little windshield there. So it's time to pour the brew. So it's quite a nice little unit, this. I've tried lots of different methods over the years to get coffee while you're trying to keep the weight down, and you know, if you're backpacking. And this is it's definitely going to give you the best coffee, but it's still a little bit heavy at 220 grams. But it's a price worth paying, if you ask me. I have been using the little JSI Java drip, which I think it weighs about 10 grams, but you just don't get a strong enough coffee out of it. Whereas a French press, you're always going to get a good brew. Well guys, it's almost time to get cooking. I have prepared the ingredients. Now bearing in mind it's all got to fit in the little billy can, so there's not a lot really. So what we've got here is British Marifat processed peas, beautiful. We've got a little packet here of smoked cubetti di pancetta, but I guess you can use any kind of ham or bacon even in this. We've got a spoonful of butter, and in here we've got some mustard with a touch of honey. We've got 1 spring onion, half a stick of celery, and 1 clove of garlic. And then in the GSI spice rocket I've got some salt and pepper. So yeah, I've never actually made a pea and ham soup before, and I've never really done any kind of serious cooking in a billy can. I mean, I've made noodles and such, So I'm quite looking forward to see how this works out. Right guys, so this is how this is going to work. So we've got the Trangia there. Now I'm going to put that over the top. Now that should be enough to kind of fry off the onion and the celery and the ham. But then it's going to boil the hell out of the soup, I reckon. So what I'm going to do is once that ingredients is fried, and I'm going to put that on there. And that's going to allow me to just kind of, you know, lift that off the heat a bit. My only concern is it's not very stable and I don't want to spill me soup, so I'm going to be careful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that lit. I'll just get a spark on it. There we go. So while I'm waiting for that to get going, I'll just put that on there. And then we'll start getting the ingredients in. So first up, I'm going to get the butter in. That should do it. And then we'll get the garlic, the celery and the onions in. So they're just beginning to sweat down nicely. You can see how effective this is as well. It's a good little base to cook on. Now what I might do now is just get this ham in. So this is cooking nicely. I'm just going to put a touch of pepper in. I'm not really too sure whether or not I'll put any salt in, because the ham and the peas might just be salty enough. But I'll just get a pinch of pepper in there. Maybe a little dash of smoked paprika as well, just to add a touch more smokiness to the pot. So this is going well. The bacon is starting to brown, but the heat is really picking up. So what I'm going to do is just give it a few more minutes, or a few more moments even, and then I'm going to put this little stand on actually, because I just I don't want to get the bottom of the billy can burned. If you can see that there. I think it's time now to just stick this on. I'm just going to pop some water in now. And then we'll get some peas in. I absolutely love marrowfat peas. They're the taste of 1980s England as far as I'm concerned. This is just mild mustard, by the way. Probably a teaspoon of it there. Well guys, that's the soup done. I'll just let it cool for a while and then I'll give it the taste test. Just getting a fly out of it. So let's see how it tastes. That's alright. Yeah, it's lovely that. Oh, fantastic. I think the salt content is just right, just on the edge. Any more and I think it would be a bit too salty. I'm glad I didn't add any extra salt. That's lovely that. I've got some bread rolls with me as well. If I was to make it again, I might put a bit more mustard in there actually. I used mild mustard. Could have done with some Dijon or something like that, I think. Well folks, that was a really delicious soup. Way better than P&M soup out of a can. It's not easy cooking it in a billy pot, but it can be done. What I did have to do towards the end though was put the Trangia dampener on because the flame was just getting way too big and way too hot, so I had it set to about there. I did end up using a full stove full of fluid as well, so that wasn't very efficient. So next time I think I'll start off with the dampener on and see how it works out. But this little stove is excellent. I mean, it works really well with the Trangia, and obviously you can put some sticks underneath if you want to make a brew or warm some food that way. I do have the Trangia triangle, but the problem I find with it, it's too wide to sit a billy can on, you know. So this is basically too small. It just sinks straight through. So this is a kind of it's a good alternative if you do want to use your Trangia with a billy can. I mean, of course you can just use the little stand that clips on the top, but if it's windy, you know, it's not going to be that efficient. And I also find sometimes this is a little bit too close, you know. I'll just give you a look. I find that when that's on there like that and you put your pot on top, there's not enough distance to really get the hot end of the flame. It needs to be around there, I think. So yeah, that's just an observation. But actually when you do put that on, even to boil water, it's giving you maybe just over an inch of clearance between the top of the stove and the bottom of your billy can. So it does heat up pretty quickly. I'm just going to use that method now while I get another cup of coffee on, and then I think I'll just relax for a while because I'm enjoying myself actually. I haven't just sat still in one place for a long time. It's quite relaxing. The weather's pretty nice. It's not too warm. It's a bit of a wind. The mosquitoes haven't discovered me yet, but I'm sure they will at some point in the afternoon. So yeah, it's nice to just be out in the woods on my own and relaxing for a while. Well guys, that's me done for this episode. So as ever, thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you again in the next one.